Hey everyone, it's Katsumi, and today I'm summoning the cards for a timeless money reading. So whenever you find this, trust it is a message here meant for you. Okay, starting off, something interesting might be happening with your finances the end of this year on December 1st or early next year on the 1st of the month, January 12th. Okay, so something to keep in mind. We also might be thinking about 1 month or 12 months from now. So definitely important dates that you might want to keep at the top of your mind here. But let's dig in a little bit more about what's supporting or blocking your abundance at this time. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. All right, starting off, you have host. Whether your space is physical or digital, you could find a lot of fulfillment in being a host of some kind. Okay, interesting. So perhaps that's going to be supporting that abundance that you're seeking. Host an event, host a show, become a host of a reality show of some kind, right? Teach a course. I'm getting something around teachers and things too. Oh, we got quite a few cards, so I'll take the first one here. You also have loss. Don't let a past setback define your future, and that especially goes into the future of your finances as well. Stay focused on your positive outcome as your thoughts and beliefs will directly affect your reality. Right. So if you want financial abundance to come to you, financial prosperity on its way, come from a sense of positive energy, and that will just allow the universe to attract those things into being. Diplomat, with your uncanny ability to form connections in human relationships, you serve as a bridge between worlds. So those between worlds could be, business worlds, right? So it could be friends and family mixing with business a little bit here and there, or you just might just be diplomatic in the sense of that you're just able to create those bridges and form those connections within business, which is allowing you to have that abundance in your life. Okay, but what's blocking you is that recollection of the setbacks in the past. So don't let that stop you from moving forward, right? And building those strong connections. Say, for instance, there's a connection coming up that's like related to business, and you're like, I had a similar situation like this in the past, and I don't know if I want to do that right now because I'm kind of feeling it might fall into similar guidelines, right? Universe is saying trust the process, even though this happened in the past. Don't let that persuade you or dissuade you, right? More like dissuade you from actually going forth and doing that thing. You also have 3 jars, and jars are all about your talents, gifts, and areas of unrealized potential. So your unrealized potential at this time might be your ability to make great connections. So if you aren't doing that right now, definitely take the time to make those connections in your finances. Okay, you also have conditioning. Have you accepted the illusory or illusions or illusion limits placed onto you by your upbringing and social conditioning? These are very interesting things to think about as we are manifesting money into our lives. So definitely take that into consideration. Oh, we also have 3 locks. Locks are all about the mindset shifts that will unlock abundance in some degree. So it's almost like limiting beliefs. So I was thinking almost like the keys. So the keys are kind of like the mindset shifts. And you don't have any keys here, but the locks are more like around your subconsciousness and like subconscious wealth blocks and limiting beliefs. But once you get to a point where you can obtain the key to that, you're going to have those mindset shifts that will unlock the abundance and help you create your timeline of ultimate prosperity. So definitely take that into consideration. Okay. Oh, wow, you got a key. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. So you're unlocking a key in an aspect of your life right now, and it's related to travel. The universe is telling me to take this as well. So you have 4th jar. Okay, so these are unrealized potentials, but traveling is definitely afoot. Okay, well, let's get into a little bit more about what else you have here. But yeah, we were talking about those illusions kind of conditioning your mindset, which is also related to your loss of the past. So definitely take a step back a little bit and just, learn from the past, but don't let it affect who you are, who you become, right? Moving forward. You're also an artist of some kind. So many of you are creatives in many aspects of life, whether that be through music, through the arts, through dancing, maybe even culinary. I'm getting something around food. Very, very cool. But either way, you're artistic and you're very creative. And a true artist lives their art. Let your life be your canvas and you will create your greatest masterpiece. So, whether or not you are an artist specifically, you are going to be creating a great masterpiece, which is going to allow you to move forth in your abundance, which is going to support it even further. And also, you have closed minded, which is that barrier we were talking about before, along with the fear of failure. Sometimes you fail to see the infinite possibilities and opportunities that are available to you. Remember, we were talking about the diplomat earlier, about making those connections, but perhaps those connections might be almost making you recall moments of the past, which are creating a sense of closed mindedness that's preventing you from seeing the possibilities of those opportunities coming forth into your life at this time. You also have fear of failure. Your fear of failure can be very crippling, especially when it keeps you from even trying. So, universe wants you to keep trying, right? So that you can continuously grow as a person, as an individual. That's going to allow your finances to keep growing with you as well. As you grow, your finances will grow with you. And don't forget to travel. Embark on a journey could be a path to wealth as abundant opportunities await you in the world. So that has a lot to do with connections you're building. If someone says, hey, let's go out for dinner, let's go out to eat, let's go out to the party that so and so invited me to, you're gonna be my plus one. Just go for the sake of it. Just go, And you never know what will happen. You might very well find your newest business partner or a new opportunity that aligns with your creative path, right? And also you have teacher. So you have a natural ability to impart knowledge and guide others towards their inner light. Wonderful. So that very well might be what you do professionally or how you make finances come into your reality. But let's dive a little bit more into your spread and see what else is coming your way at this time. So that'll be in relation to your current situation, your near future, your past. Ooh, I'm in no rush. Okay, so you are in no rush at this time. You have the 6, 7 of Pentacles. So 7 of Pentacles is about patience, investment, reflections, right? And you're kind of awaiting these results of all your hard work, right? You also give and take at this time, which might also be something that's helping or hindering you in your finances, right? But let's see what else is happening in your subconscious influence. You have I can take criticism, judgment. Okay. So with taking criticism, you have a sense of awakening and rebirth. You have a sense of clarity towards your finances and what that's looking like for you. You're also going through some sense of like evaluation period, which is allowing you to be like, how can I like support my abundance, or how can I unblock my abundance from happening at this time, right? And with your subconscious, I can take criticism, criticism, interesting. Some of criticism, right? Perhaps. Interesting, very interesting. So with judgment, it's all about that awakening, all about the rebirth. You're having a sense of clarity, very much similar to just like being in no rush. Having that 6 of Pentacles pop up with just like you're having a dedication towards your craft and mastery of some kind. You're not in any rush with the 7 of Pentacles, which is kind of like that investment and reflection. So these things are kind of like complementing each other quite well. And because you're not in a rush and you're kind of just, being very like fair and kind of like this like reciprocity and giving phase, that's like a strong investment going into like your near future. And I was also getting a sense of this impacting your subconscious as well into the judgment, which is allowing that rebirth to happen. You're kind of self-evaluating how you see yourself and your wealth and your prosperity going forward. But in the past, you had the King of Swords. The King of Swords is about having a sense of authority and truth. You're also very rational. You're using your logic and your intellect at this time, which is a power in itself, right? And so that's allowing you to kind of like follow through into your current situation, into your near future in a certain way that's very grounded, right? And then with your goals and ideals, you have I feel it all, Ace of Cups. So you're having this openness to the universe. You're going through this like we talked about rebirth, rebirth, Why did I say rebirth? All right, rebirth phase, right? Emotional rebirth, maybe even physical birth. Some of you might be going through a physical birth, but that's essentially allowing you to kind of think about and evaluate and be very open about your finances and how you want to maneuver through that going forward. So, whether it's a physical birth, an emotional birth, all these things are kind of just supporting your mindset towards you and how you're thinking about your abundance going forward. You want to unblock those blockages. You want to kind of solidify those foundational elements that will lead to ultimate prosperity in the end. In the end here. Okay, you also have Ace of Wands in your future and the Tower. Very interesting. So I'm free to follow whatever inspires me. Ace of Wands. So there's something sparking some sense of ambition in your environment, which is also a very positive energy there. But you can also admit defeat. So there is some sense of a collapse happening, a little bit of a upheaval. Some truths are being unraveled, right? Maybe it's shocking for some of you. Maybe it brings a sense of disgrace or ruin to particular relationships, which probably gave you a sense of loss that we were mentioning earlier, right? So some sort of relationships might have impacted your abundance in some regard. Perhaps uh, put quite a bit of your financial resources into them, which might have impacted where they stand now. Okay. And then you also have I am determined in your current approach. So with the Knight of Swords, it's all about being very decisive, action driven, rushing to that finish line almost in some sense. Um, I'm also getting a sense of curiosity too with that. You know, with the following things like the page or the Ten of Cups, because you are going through like almost I mean, Ten of Cups, why did I say Ten of Cups? Ten of Cups is about like fulfillment, love, joy, harmony, and bliss, but I was almost thinking about like the Ten of Swords, right? When you're kind of going through that, you're surrendering, you're kind of understanding the irreversible outcomes, but you're so determined now that you're in this very strong stance of decisiveness and action. You know what you need to do going forward, which is why you're coming out of this final outcome here very soon, very strong. Now, then you also have the Four of Wands, which is about harmony, stability. There's going to be something to celebrate financially in the near future, especially within your home. So there's a great um, foundational strength happening here in the read. Okay, now let's check out what's happening in your. Oh, so we found out what's happening in your environment. Let's figure out what's happening now in terms of what you need to know. So we have 3 cards here. Ooh, okay, quite a bit. So we have Three of Cups. I raise a glass to my friends. So you do have friendships around you, a sense of community. We did talk a little bit about travel, uh, making connections with people with a diplomat, right? And that's really going to allow you to get the support that you need going forward, right? To kind of solidify yourself emotionally and physically, which is going to keep adding to not only the abundance of your material wealth, but your physical wealth, your spiritual wealth, your emotional wealth. These are all very important things that tie into our finances, right? So if you feel good, that money is going to flow in seamlessly with you as well. You take care of yourself, your body, your mind, everything. And it's just like a hand in hand process, right? They work simultaneously with one another. And yeah, that's beautiful. And you also have the devil. I know when to call myself out. So there's some sense of attachment happening here. There's some temptations, a little bit of there's definitely desire for things, right? And a sense of like illusion. So I'm over here moving my microphone, but you kind of have like that. There might be some envy coming in for some of you. Either someone feels this way about you or vice versa, right? But yeah, very interesting, but definitely some temptations there, and that could also be materially, like materialistic, like expectations either on you or others, or yeah, just something around there, like towards attachment, which is what you need to know, right? So it's very important to like keep in mind that while you're in these like relationships, right? Just be mindful of like who you surround yourself with. They might be very envious of what you have acquired at this time, which might be impacting some of some of your initial thoughts with like, ooh, I've had some rough relationships in the past, but I don't want that to affect me in terms of traveling, and there's a fear of failure. Just be very cautious in the sense of like how you go about, go about things, but don't fear. Just be a little cautious, because sometimes there are things where it's like you do have like a come up, right? Where you are going through like an abundant, you know, cycle in your life, and there might be individuals who may not see that in a positive way and be envious of that, right? Or it could just be the flip of the coin where you might feel that way about someone else. So it's good to shift that perspective into a more positive one and kind of just work through those energies, right? And then with your final outcome, you have the death, right? Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So it's about some sort of endings happening. There's a release, a sense of renewal, transformations occurring, and you can admit when something has run its course, definitely. So this could be work related, this could be relationship related. How we kind of go through our finances and maneuver through them. There's so many things that impact it, like relationships, work, family, friends, all these little things that kind of like support our financial growth or block our financial growth, right? So definitely keep these things in mind as you go towards the future, right? Especially your near future into the final outcome. So you're not quite at this point yet, but you will be in the near future, right? But fate is ever changing, and you can always change the outcome of your fate, which is a very beautiful thing. But these messages will help guide you through that if you do come along this particular path in such a way that it feels very reminiscent. Okay, so you also have moved by the goddess, so-called gather. So yeah, take some time to just kind of like, kind of almost like watch what the universe is, almost. I was getting at the word like spitting out at you because the cards are like almost spitting out at me. But yeah, let the universe speak to you in terms of how you are to support or unblock your abundance coming in. Return to each other compassion. So definitely your relationships, return that compassion. If you are constantly giving, definitely have that compassion back to yourself, and have that reciprocity, have that give and take. And there's also a silver lining, hope. It's over, mercy, new story, alignment coming together. So there's a new story in your finances, right? So some of you have new things popping up with it. It's very cool. Everything is coming together financially. Very nice. Oh, cards are just flipping around. Okay. Sustainability, slow down. Universe is asking you to slow down so you can have that sustainability in your finances, in your income. Answer the call, leadership, soul gifts. So the universe is saying you're a leader. You can use your leadership qualities. Definitely got that with the teacher card for sure. And that's going to allow you to kind of support your abundance. So teach others to grow in your abundance. So just essentially teach others about XYZ topic, and that's going to help you grow financially or just, emotionally, physically, right? Oh, I dropped the card. I'm going to pick that up. Okay. You also got stop the endless searching. We've been getting that quite a few times. Got it in the past reading. Okay. Stop the endless searching. Interesting. And then also say yes, open, not broken, trust life. But yeah, universe is saying, you don't have to search too far and wide. You have everything that you need. And attract like a rose, receive desire. Ooh, I love that as the last message for you today. So universe is saying you're attracting your abundance like a rose. You're going to receive everything that you desire in life. And when it's almost reminiscent of like don't fear, the past failures of life. Don't worry, don't think too much about that. Don't search all the meanings of the past and all the loss that might have occurred in the past, right? Keep moving forward, flow with the universe and the energies, right? And that will just come at you in a very positive and abundant way. Very, very cool. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me for today's reading. If this reading resonated, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.